Hi folks, I had a email from one of the people on the course, a gentleman named Scootley. Well, I say gentleman. I don't know if he's a gentleman, but he sure looks like one. So the problem he was having was 1 draw, 2 draw and 3 draw on his C harmonica were sounding like a wounded animal. Now partly the problem was because he was using a not very expensive harmonica, like a $5 harmonica. And that's not going to help, Scootley. Get yourself a decent harmonica, man. Go spend $50, get a Big River or something, or go and buy a best one out of the box right now from the Hohner range, which would be my favourite range, is the Crossover. There's a new one called the Rocket, which I'm told is going to be very nice, but I've not seen it yet. So here's kind of what the problem Scootley was having, and maybe you're having it as well. So let's fix it. We can fix it, no problem. So he was having, instead of, which is the 2 draw as you'd expect, he was having kind of sounded dull and flat, kind of waving around a bit. Same with 2. That's what you want to have. Is that you? And hole 3 is what you want. So this is a very common problem. The shops are full, harmonica shops or music shops are full of harmonicas that don't work because hole 2 is broken and it sounds instead of, and it's not the harmonica usually, or there can be. It's usually the player. Sorry if the truth hurts, but it's an operator error. But let's be fair, it's very easy to get this wrong. So what you're doing, I think, is you're trying to suck air in too hard. So you don't want to suck air in, you want to just breathe air in gently. Now when you suck it in, your tongue very often will go back like you're trying to suck something really hard, like maybe some milkshake out of one of those big straws. And that puts the inside of the mouth in the wrong shape. So try it again, but with your inside of your mouth, you just say E like that. Hold 2. Hold 3. E. Now, if that doesn't work for you, then try E. Anything where there's an open mouth. Because what's going wrong is that your tongue and the inside of your mouth is in the wrong place and it's causing the thing to bend. And whilst that's very good when you do want to bend, it's very bad when you don't want to bend. It's the control. You're still Bambi on the ice here. We've got to learn the controls, and I'm here to teach you. So try that. E. So breathe in more gently. Get the correct hole. Play the note really long, like 15 seconds, 20 seconds long. And at the end of it, when you're full, you should find that the pressure, you can't exert the pressure because you're full. And then very often the note, it's like the hockey stick. The note will come up at the end. Now, you need to know what the true note is. So 1 draw, that's the note of D. So if you had a D harmonica, you could play 1 blow, just cross-reference it. Hold 1 on a D harmonica, blow, same note. And then hold 2. Should be a G, so you could take a G harmonica and play blow 1 or blow 4. Draw 2 and 3 blow. No, draw 2 and 3 blow are the same note. So why don't you play 3 blow and then 2 draw? Now what you might find, what Scootley would find, is this. But by working on the things I'm telling you, you can manipulate to draw, just relax, use less pressure, less air, less effort, and the pitch will come up. So you'll get this. Out on 3, in on 2. So does that give you an idea? Hope that helps. Also, reducing the reed gap is going to help. Let me grab a reed gap. Here's a reed. Here's a reed itself. I'll bring that right up close. So look at this guy here, reed number 1. You can tell that gap is really big. Huge gap on that one, isn't it? So if you were to close that down, and you could use a toothpick or your thumbnail, and you just gently reassign its memory, it will gradually go down. Don't just poke it down, you have to gradually do it. So on my mock-up here, that's the gap of the reed right there. So if the reed gap is too big, the gap's too big, it's going to take a huge amount of effort to make the reed vibrate. If it's too small, it won't play at all. All it will do is overblow, which we come to in a different lecture. So I'm told, I'm not an expert in this, that whatever is this gap here, from there to there in other words, that's the same as the gap between there and there should be. So if you had a thick reed that was that thick, you'd want a gap that was the same thickness. That, I'm told, that's the benchmark. And if you notice on this reed plate that I had here, actually this is not a very good example because somebody's broken the end off. I take these into school to show the kids and they just break them. But look at, let me just get a pointer there. So look at that reed there. Can you see that? If I hold it against the white. That's a high reed, it's going to be quite a thin reed. So the gap should be pretty small. Maybe even just flush. It's pretty small anyway. Whereas one of the bigger reeds, the thicker reeds, this one here, reed 1, I don't know if you can see that. It's actually got a little extra bit of a block of metal on it. Can you see that? See the dark end at this side? You see it? There's a better view. That's a thicker reed. So if you look at that head on, I don't know if the camera will focus on this. It is, in fact, a thicker reed, so the gap should be bigger. So the gaps at the low end of your harmonica are going to be bigger than the gaps at the high end of your harmonica. Okay, that was for you, Scootley, and for anybody else who's having the Scootley syndrome, as it shall now be known. All right, pass the word out to all the other truckers, Scootley, and I'll see you later. Bye. Thanks for reaching out.